What's up, Libra? Thanks so much for checking out my channel here at Reflexive Moon Tarot. We are doing your reading for the new moon in Sagittarius. So, new moon, new you, channeling energy that is centered in confidence, in being present to the needs of others while maintaining healthy detachments and boundaries. Okay? So, let's start off with Moon deck. We have faith. We have faith in our dreams. Have faith in yours. So a waxing crescent moon. So the next waxing crescent moon may have some significance. Your faith may be challenged, or since the last one, your faith may have been challenged up until now. If you have some dreams and aspirations that you want to manifest and come into fruition, don't settle for less and don't doubt them, because at the very least, it could be an amazing side hustle, and at the most it could be something that you are able to sustain yourself and your future on for the rest of your time here on this crazy earth walk we call life. So having faith in your dreams, and dreams aren't always about manifesting money, manifesting love. It's just dreaming of being the best person that you could be, or just having a virtuous path in life. Those are all valid dreams. It's not always about manifesting for material gain. It's about having positive connections. It's about having dreams that validate your waking time as well, that inform your waking time. And maybe you haven't been dreaming, or you can't remember your dreams. It doesn't mean that you're not having them, and that they're not there for you, and that process isn't necessary. Like, we literally need to have sleep. We need to be in REM. We need to experience those waves for a minimum of 3 to 6 hours in order to go to the true sleeping place, right? And there are things that interfere with that. There are things that can interfere with that. Like when you think about like people who use cannabis to help them get to sleep, it does help you get to sleep, but it does interfere with your sleep waves. So you're not going to get the quality of sleep that you seek or that you require in order to feel fully rested the next day. Now that doesn't mean that it's not good. I'm not telling people to stop smoking weed because you need to sleep more. But at the same time, just know that you're making choices between the lesser of evils, right? I need to actually sleep versus I need to improve my quality of sleep. So those are awesome thoughts on ways you can reduce harm or see things differently in terms of harm reduction. Okay. Let's see what's in the cards. I'm feeling fluttery. All right, we got the King of Cups. Boom. This is an individual, a masculine energy that is really kind of about keeping fire warm, right? So this fiery energy, like when you think about the embodiment of male energy, it's very fiery in nature. So this watery individual understands how to keep fires at bay, to keep them going, like having good boundaries, emotional boundaries, not overstepping or, pushing for others to, like, putting out other people's fire in order to just kind of like maintain their own. Like, that's very emotionally manipulative. to just completely stomp out other people, making them feel like they're not valid or their emotions are not valid. But this individual, I was supposed to say this guy really wants everybody to stay afloat. They want people to feel well. They want people to have a good understanding of, you know, the ways, or just be able to cope through the ways that, you know, the tide comes in and the way that it shifts and how the moon influences our waters. This individual has a good, solid understanding of what is sacred and what is feminine, what carries life. We have a little seahorsey up here, right? Seahorses or seahorses. It's the male partner that actually carries the offspring. So they get the little belly as opposed to the female. So this king is about like birthing ideas. Birthing ideas and birthing connection to emotions. So if this is you, you could have a significant Pisces placement in your chart, Libra, or maybe you are a Pisces and like Libra is your moon and rising sign, or there could be like an individual who is a Pisces that you want to sort of embody this archetype and channel that for yourself so that you can connect better and level up your virtuous game. Watching for the constellations as well. There's lots of stories that are embedded within the constellations. Maybe connecting with ancient stories that are inspired by what we, you know, the nights that our ancestors spent waking hours at night, filling up the time creating stories that are in alignment with the stars, right? Ooh, the Page of Pentacles. So I'm thinking that there's a young person that you are, look at this, a young person, a budding youth who you want to pass down some, I want to say sacred knowledge. It's just basically like you want this young person in your life to learn and grow and be able to manifest on their own. You don't want it to all just be handed to them on a silver platter. You want them to learn what it is to work their way up into something, or to at least become like a good business person, or to learn how to effectively communicate for their own health and wealth and well-being. So that when you do hand over their inheritance or pass down your knowledge to them, they're able to use it wisely. And you want them to be emotionally available. You could also even see already how they are emotionally available, and you want to, it's like you need to level up your game in order to match their needs. I feel like that's what every parent kind of has to do, right? They teach us a lot more than we teach them. Okay? So, I think also too, emotionally teaching them how to incorporate ideas or ideologies like harm reduction. We got this kid that really is idolizing a sacred medicine that is used as a mood altering drug as well, and that you can sort of get caught up in a cycle of use and abuse with, that may not be as harmful as some substances but can still hold people back. Like amotivational syndrome is real. So how do you teach that young person how to make good choices? Never get high on your own supply. Oh my gosh. I love hip hop. That is what informed my life or influenced my life as a young person the most. Okay, we have the world overlooking the situation. Now, this card, the universe is telling you that there's something like you're missing a mark on some level. It could be like your trauma. You could be triggered at some point in the near future. You could find this reading triggering. Who knows? All I'm saying is that you kind of need to ground yourself. You 100% need to ground yourself and know that timing is not always going to be perfect. And you probably know this. Timing isn't always going to be perfect. But when it is, be grateful for it. And also remember that sometimes when things are going wrong, it's because in your past, you experienced something that's messing with you. So you just need to be gentle with yourself. Always, always, always be gentle with yourself no matter what. But a year ago, something could have went down. And it takes time. Like, I remember I was listening to this elder tell me one time how it takes her 2 years to finally feel like she's emotionally fit again after going through stuff. Or just like, you know, in terms of like, for example, like say you quit drinking, taking 2 years to feel like you've leveled out and able to process your environment a little bit better. And then I feel like 4 years is also a very significant amount of time as well. Like you sort of get like a true sort of cellular regeneration up until that point. I actually haven't looked at the physiological science behind that, but there's just something about 4 years. It's like a full circle, right? 4 seasons. 4 is a sacred number. 4 directions. So there's some insider info for you right there. 4 is significant. 1 is, I mean, it's all significant, but 1 is like the first stretch. 2 is when you feel like you're getting a handle on it. Then comes 3 and 4. 3 is probably like some kind of weird crapshoot. I have relatives who are midwives, and everybody always says that the 3rd baby is always like a crapshoot birth. Not like literally crapshoot, but just there's always like something odd about it. And that's not always like the case, but it's more often than not. And then, yeah, 4 is the final stretch where you can say that you have full circle come through an event or a commitment that you've made or a loss that you've experienced. Okay, let's keep going here. Go on, we're getting sidetracked. How are we for time? Yeah, we're good. Okay. Getting dizzy. 10 of Swords. So you're being released from something. There's like an ending that you've experienced, a subconscious or spiritual death that is changing you, that you've learned from. It's like you've gone through a cycle of completion on some level with regards to a lesson learned in life. Whatever that is, I'm sure you'll know, but it's like the messages that we receive from the aboveness. You are learning that everybody has the capacity to see that, maybe. Or it was just a lesson that you were meant to have. If it's something that's really difficult, I hope that it's not, like, that's not a super jagged pill to have to swallow. But anyways, you're finally able to fully reflect and see what it is to be, what it is, like it's almost like the essence of as above, so below. And maybe you've never really thought about it until now. Maybe you've never really seen what that looks like when you're physically looking from the sky to the ground. Something like that. It's deep. It's deep and it's meaningful. And it's like a cycle of rebirth that you are experiencing. And it's healing as well. It's creating some type of calmness within you. Like when you're in this state, there really is no other way to go but like follow the light, right? And you might as well just peacefully stare at the waters and exit and, you know, move on to the next realm of life. Now, this is not literally manifesting death. It's a spiritual one. It's a mental one as well. It's something that you can really articulate, that you can most likely articulate, and that you maybe even want to talk about. Feeling like Mr. Rogers is... Mr. Rogers is coming to my mind. I watched a lot of Mr. Rogers. And you'll have things you'll want to talk about. I think Mr. Rogers is like a lot of people's father figure. Sad to say. So your past, you were very emotionally manipulative. It's pretty dope though. You've gone from a reversed Queen of Cups to an upright King of Cups. So you learned the lesson on how to not be a bitch, right? How to not be a manipulative bitch. And I don't know why, because I don't really know you, but there's something about being a manipulative bitch, not recognizing your privilege, not recognizing your magic, and just basically, or even recognizing those things and then using it to make people feel like shit versus, you know, to make yourself feel better by way of making other people feel like shit. So it's like you've basically learned how to manage life by making all of the mistakes, and you're recognizing that now you have someone that you're looking out for and that you need to be a better example for. Okay. We got the Knight of Cups. Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, we got 3 here. So moving forward, no one's going to be taking anything from you, so you don't have to worry about like security is not... Security is something that you have, that you possess. So that's a privilege as well. Safety and security, or just nobody's like you got some stuff on lockdown that nobody can access and you're good to go. So you don't have to worry about it. You can relax. Now, you may want to like, no, this one will come first. So the Queen of Wands, there's something that you're jealous of though, or you're just like insecure maybe about this feeling of security. And that could be because of your past traumas that you're not completely reconciling yet. And sometimes that's easy. Sometimes we spend our entire lives still just being ready for the bad things that once happened to us. And, you know, it's just being on guard is sometimes a part of life, is something that we just are always prepared for. And that's okay. But if this is you being jealous, if this is you wanting to push forward by way of not robbing other people, but just it's like you have the capacity to nurture other people's wellness and well-being, but you might not be interested at all in putting like in that type of energy output. Like it's almost like a reverse 6 of Pentacles. There's a leaky foundation when it comes to the Queen of Wands. There's like weak ground, or a lack of solid ground. It's muddy. It's too muddy to be able to burn a fire, to start a fire and cook on. This queen is not fully scoping out the land for an optimal place to nurture this individual, right? There's still exposing themselves and others to their drama. And it's usually like jealousy and insecurity, narcissism. And this queen also, you know, if they're feeling threatened in any type of way, like they are explosive, like they'll burn shit down. They'll burn themselves down in the process. There could be some animals too. I'm seeing like this cat. Something to do with an animal or a cat. Oh, I gotta take this. Hold on a second. Hello?
Huh?
Hi?
Can you bring my inhaler?
I gotta go pick it up. It's not gonna be ready until 3.
I need it.
Do you want me to come? Do you want me to come and pick you up?
No, but can you try to bring it?
I'll try to. Is there any way that you can just chill out and be okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And then call. Okay, don't run around. I'll call you and call me back in about half an hour.
Okay.
Okay, bye. Oh, the case of the missing puffer. Okay. So, the Knight of Cups. People see you as non-committal, but emotionally present. And that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. You just want to play around, have some fun. Or at least like just emotionally connect with people. I mean, you could be a player, you could be a pimp. Not a pimp, I hope, but like, you know what I mean? Just sort of enjoying what it is to scratch pimp. Enjoying what it is to just be fancy, if that makes sense. You just want to feel good. You want to feel good about yourself. You want to go out there. You want to maybe even show off a little bit and feel some pride in your appearance, in your look. But all in good fun. There's absolutely nothing malicious about that. Just be careful though. You do have the capacity, or you are leaning towards a tendency. People see you as being this guy, but in actuality, there's like some narcissism at the core of what it is that you're doing as you put yourself out there. So just be careful, making sure that you're authentically being you. It could also be on an emotional level, like you're just not in a space to nurture other people's emotions. No. Nope. So, there is an element of insecurity that you experience on some level. Could be because you're jealous, could be because you've been through some shit and you've dealt with nothing but bull crap your entire life. So you proceed with caution on the regular. Now, you are the King of Cups. King of Cups. However, other people see you as being a knight. So this is your facade. You're actually probably, you know, a great solid partner, a great parent, and you just on the outside show or give off the impression that this is what you're all about. I'm loving that though. That's fun. That is fun. There is some balance though. What the world reversed, overlooking, the universe is telling you that you need to come into balance with regards to the trauma that you've experienced in your life. And it's come through like we've got the world twice. This is, you know, there's alternate cards in this deck, so I keep them in there because I'm just like, why not increase the odds of the message coming through? So the universe is telling you that you need to deal with your trauma. You're like, I don't want to. I don't want to deal with this shit. I don't want to go through it. I don't want to talk about it. And maybe you don't have to, because when you think about trauma and therapy and how we heal from it, it's all about tactile projects or tactile activities. It's like positioning yourself in spaces and places where you're doing something like art, creating physical things, right? Painting, ceramics, whatever, beading, right? Shout out to Sherry Ann, who made these amazing earrings. And you're afraid. You could be afraid of the cycles. You could be afraid of going through it. It's just like you're constantly like trying to maintain composure, and you want to just keep that. You hope to maybe not have to deal with your trauma, which is okay, but it's not really going to get you to anywhere. And this queen here, this person doesn't want to deal with their trauma. This person doesn't want to deal with what it is that they've been through in their life. They just want to ignore it and act like everything's okay. Saving face. The Queen of Wands reversed is the queen of saving face and maintaining fabulous appearances, like they got it all together. But like at the end of the day, do you want to die a sociopath? I mean, if you are not a sociopath, a psychopath, like, do you want to be do you want to be known for being a psychopath, or like psychopath, or just know that that's what you are? Are you okay with that? I mean, if you are a psychopath, that you probably don't give a fuck, but at the same time, like, is that how you want to exit? Just being done without even attempting to maybe reconcile your existence thus far. Okay? So cut your losses and move on from whatever it is that that you're struggling with. And you can let it go. You can let people go. You can just let aspects of your life go. You can renew your waters. You can reconnect with the ground that you walk on, with your roots. And if you can't physically locate yourself and your roots, you can just be literally connected to wherever it is that you locate yourself at this time now. That is your human right to be able to put your bare feet on the ground and connect with the earth. Okay, Libra?